Welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms Podcast, where your hosts, Tina and Colleen, talk about all things travel. From theme parks to cruises to all-inclusive resorts and more, they cover news, tricks, and insider tips to inspire your travel dreams. They love to travel and want you to love it too. Find out their best-kept secrets and learn how to make your next vacation extra magical, right here on the Magical Traveling Moms Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms Podcast. My name is Tina and I am joined today by my fabulous co-host Colleen, and we are back from our summer break. But before we get started, we want to take a minute and thank the wonderful sponsors of our show, Mystical Dream Travel. Mystical Dream Travel is an earmarked travel agency and an authorized Disney vacation planner. They can help you out on all things Disney, so make sure you contact them when you're ready to plan your Disney destination vacation. You can check them out at mysticaldreamtravel.com or look them up on social media. Hey, Colleen, how are you today?
Hi, Tina. I am great. How are you?
Good. Nice and refreshed from our summer vacation. How about you?
I am. I went by very fast. It always does, right? But I am really excited for fall and to get back into a schedule and normal life, maybe.
Let's hope so, compared to last year.
I know, right?
That's
I'm like a little
forward.
couple steps forward, one step back, but we're like getting there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So today we thought we would reintroduce ourselves and share a little bit about who we are with our audience, because we're actually on an all new platform. We decided to add a new platform, YouTube. That's right. I said YouTube. We do have a YouTube page, so make sure you go and find it and subscribe to it. But we also have lots of fun in store for you over the next year. Excuse me. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. So first up, Colleen is going to share what she's been up to this summer and a little bit about herself.
Oh my gosh.
Yours.
I know. Yeah, we thought it'd be fun to do like a little refresher and reintroduce ourselves to people who have been with us for a while, and then maybe some new audience members. My name is Colleen Kuerth, and I live in South Carolina with my husband, Matt, and my two sons, Eli and Noah. They are 11. Well, Eli is just about to turn 11, and Noah is 8. Now, we are originally from New England. I actually grew up in New Hampshire, and we lived in Vermont for many, many years. And then we moved to South Carolina in search of warmer weather. I actually wanted to move to Florida and live next to Walt Disney World, but, you know, we compromised. So we're at least only an 8-hour drive away now, which is fun. And, yeah, this summer we had a pretty fun summer. We did a lot of traveling, and we went to Vermont to visit family and spend time with our family up there. We still have a lot up there in that New England area, and that was very nice. It's always lovely to go up there in the summer. And I got to go to Walt Disney World with my kids for the first time in a long time. So that was fun. And we also went to Cancun as a family at the end of July. And Tina, I know you're going to talk about that too, because we had a big group that went, and that was my kids' first time at an all-inclusive resort. And we had been to Mexico like on a cruise before, but they had never like stayed in another country like overnight like that before. So that was very fun. And I also had a fun girls' trip to Savannah. So Savannah, yeah, it's only like 3.5 hours from where I live. And we went there to celebrate one of my friend's birthdays, and we had a super fun time. Savannah is a happening city. If you're looking for a place to do a girls' trip, I'm just saying Savannah, I would pick Savannah. And so now we're back. My kids are already in school.
A couple of weeks.
Yes, I know. Yours is going back tomorrow, but mine have been in for a couple of weeks now. It's been a little bit of a bumpy ride as we figure out this brave new world of ours, but I am excited to get back to a regular schedule. Oh my gosh. So Tina, now it's your turn.
Oh, thanks. Well, before I take my turn, so I have heard Savannah is definitely a really amazing place to go. So why don't you share maybe a little bit about what you did there?
Okay, so Savannah is a very neat town. It has a lot of history. And the downtown area is where it's all at. That's like the happening place to be. So we actually rented an Airbnb, which is pretty common. There's a lot of Airbnbs in Savannah, and we had this beautiful loft. It was very modern and hip, and it was right in the middle of the downtown area. And there are a lot of restaurants and a lot of bars and a lot of interesting nightlife. Let's just put it that way.
Interesting.
It's interesting nightlife. So we basically just ate and drank our way around the town. Yeah. But it's very funky, artsy kind of vibe. It actually reminded me a lot of Burlington, Vermont, which is near where we used to live in Vermont. It just has like a really fun, kind of like a college campus vibe too. And people are just really friendly and having a good time. They have open container a lot there. So
nice,
yeah, so in the historic area, you are allowed to walk around with a drink. And as you can imagine, that means the party is everywhere. The party is all over the streets. So it was a very fun time. We had a really good time.
That would be. That does sound like a great trip for a girlfriend's getaway. That's for sure.
Definitely a girls trip, guys trip, bachelorette party. We saw many bachelorette parties while you were there.
Oh, I'm sure. It just sounds amazing. It sounds a lot of fun. So I will take a minute. My name is Tina. I live in the North Huntington-Irwin area, which is right outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I have been married for 26 years, and I have one daughter who just turned 15. I know, I can't even believe it. And she's entering high school. And tomorrow is her first day. And so we are excited about that. Lots of things going on in our family life, but our summer actually, fun fact about me, I have a very large family. So I have, how many siblings? I have 7 siblings. So yes, so I come from a very big family.
That is a lot.
Yes, it is a lot. It is a lot. So this summer we have been up to a lot of things. Like Colleen, I do think it went very quickly, almost a little bit too fast. I felt, well, of course, last summer, we want to forget, but I felt like last summer dragged, and this summer went so fast. So we actually kicked off our summer by going to Walt Disney World. That has been probably about the 3rd time I was there since all of the stuff. And it was a lot of fun. But this time my husband came with us. He hasn't gone with us in a while. So it was an unexpectedly planned trip because he kind of tossed that in and said, let's go to Disney and you don't have to ask me twice. So I'm like, yes,
right?
Sign me up. So we did that. And then, of course, like Colleen said, we went to Mexico. We were in Cancun. That was my first time and my family's first time at all-inclusive. Of course, I've been there, like Colleen, to Mexico on a cruise, and we loved it. We were at Dreams Natura Resort with a big group, and it was so much fun, and we really enjoyed the experience of an all-inclusive. And of course, it was exciting for the kids, and I'm sure your kids being officially out of the country and traveling and getting their passport stamped for the first time. I'm sure it was super exciting and fun. It's always fun for kids. And then we just did a lot of things around our local community. So we have a local park called Kennywood. I think you have a local theme park down in your way too.
You, Carowinds.
Yes. So we actually did our local park, Kennywood, a couple of times. That's usually where the schools have their annual picnic every year. So it was lots of fun. And then we did another park, which is the sister park of Idlewild, which I actually bought park passes for this year, which I haven't done in a long time. And it was fun. We just used it for the pool mainly because it's like a smaller park. So it's really for smaller kids and smaller families. But they have a great fall festival up there called Malibu. It's really a lot of fun. So so we did that, and we hit up a lot of the local fairs in our community. So we have like a really big fair that comes to the area. Lots of crafts and animals and attractions or rides, as they would call them in the fair, which was a lot of fun. And then we hung out at home doing fire pits and stuff like that. And we ended our summer just this past weekend with going to the zoo in the evening. And they had this beautiful festival going on, the Asian Lantern Festival. Oh. And it was so much fun. I think I posted about it in our stories on Instagram the other day. And it was beautiful. My only recommendation is to go later in the evening versus we went a little bit too early. So we should have flip-flopped our dinner. But it was fun. We really enjoyed it. So we have been up to a lot over the summer trying to get all the fun things in between activities too. Because I'm not sure if your kids are busy over the summer, but I know my daughter is always busy over the summer doing, a bunch of different things. So
I feel like as they get older, that's what happens, right? They get more stuff that they're doing. So
absolutely. And we're back to school tomorrow. So we have a late start this year, but I'm looking forward, like you, to a nice schedule, fall schedule, all the fun things. So, yes. But I thought we could talk a little bit about maybe a little bit about Mexico, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the vacation we took together, right?
Yes. And if you go back, we talked about it before our break that we took in August, our summer break. So.
Yeah, because that was right before our break. And we even recorded our last podcast episode. We recorded in Mexico, which was really fun. We need to do that more often. We need to do in-destination recording, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have something we might be doing coming up in a couple of weeks. So
I'm so excited.
We're excited about it. We can't
make this a regular thing, right? Like, okay, where do we want to meet this week, Tina?
I know. We should do like at least once a month. I
know, right? It's part of our job now.
Yes, absolutely. So Mexico, as both Colleen and I talked about, we traveled together with our families on this trip. It was definitely a nice big group trip that we hosted in Mexico at Dreams Natura. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a really good time. The resort is really small compared to a lot of other ones, which I liked. I like kind of like a smaller, more intimate type of resort. Even when I go to Disney, I like staying at the smaller resorts versus the really big ones. So
I agree. I think especially because I have kids that are not teenagers yet, but they're not little kids anymore. And because Dreams Natura had that sort of compact feel to it where I could be in the pool and I knew they really didn't have very far they could go. There was the lazy river and there was the water slides and there was the snack bar and then there was the kiddie pool. I knew they had to be like right in that area, which wasn't far from me. So I kind of let them sort of have a run of the resort while we were down at the pool area, which was very nice. It helped me be able to relax more because they were having fun. I didn't have to worry about where they were. And I could relax with my pina colada in the pool.
Ooh, absolutely. Absolutely. It was, I agree with you. I liked it a lot for that reason, that you didn't have to worry them walking around from like really far off to, one destination. So it gave you an opportunity to relax. But I will have to say, my favorite part of that vacation actually was the spa. Spa, I've never seen anything like it. Was amazing. Beautiful. And we talked about it, I think, on our last podcast, but you'll have to go back and listen. We highly encourage that, but it truly was amazing. And that was probably my favorite part. I really enjoyed it. It really spent the time relaxing in the spa instead of kind of being in and out. So that was my favorite. That was my favorite part of the vacation of that trip. How about you, Colleen?
Gosh, yeah, I don't know. I think I'll have to agree with you on that. That was definitely a highlight of the trip. I didn't do a whole lot else.
Yes, same.
I enjoyed also just being there with my family, and my sister and her family came to on the trip with us as well, as did very good friends of ours, and their son and my son are like BFFs forever. So it was different for us to go on a vacation with other people like that. Like normally we just go as a family. Maybe my mom tags along kind of thing, but to have like friends come with us and stuff, that was really cool. And I thought it was really fun for Noah because his best friend was on vacation with us, and that's just like super awesome for them. So I definitely want to do that again sometime.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it definitely is a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it a lot. For us, we normally vacation, we're always on the go. So our vacations are always busy, whether we're at Disney World or somewhere else. So to actually be forced to sit and relax was amazing. So we really enjoyed that a lot. So I'm very thankful. And it was nice to be able to go and know so many people.
Yeah.
And so it was exciting. And I'll make a little plug here because we actually have another group trip in 2023 to Hawaii. So for those who are interested in Hawaii, you want to make sure you reach out to Mystical Dream Travel and they can get you hooked up on that.
So excited for that. It seems like really far away, but I have a feeling that the time will go by fast and it'll be here before we know it.
Yep, I agree. I'm super excited about that. So,
now, are you guys gonna plan on staying at Aulani while you're there?
We are. I think we actually have a plan laid out that my husband is going to take 2 weeks vacation, and we are actually going to go to kind of the trip that we were supposed to have in 2020. We are going to do Disneyland first. So we're going to go out early and do a couple days at Disneyland, and then we're going to go to Aulani and stay there for a couple of days before we board the Pride of America. Yeah, so we're going to have a nice big vacation. How about you?
How do you feel about me stealing your idea?
It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
I already had planned on the Aulani part, but
yeah,
it hadn't occurred to me to tack on Disneyland. But now that you're saying it out loud, I'm like, oh, that sounds like such a fun time.
Yes.
We definitely are going to do at least a couple of days at Aulani just to experience it. Because I figure, how often are we really going to get to go to Hawaii? Probably not often enough.
Yes.
So I want to try to pack in as much as possible. Plus, I had clients who went to Aulani, really good clients of mine, a couple of months ago. And one of her biggest suggestions to me, her like top suggestions was the time change is hard. It's a big time change. And she said it really takes you a couple of days to get adjusted. So she was like, definitely keep that in mind when you're going, because you want to give yourself a couple days. So I'm like, I definitely think a couple days before the cruise at least, and hopefully get used to the time difference before we start the cruise.
Well, you think about it. So you go to California first.
Right. No, that's what I was
to think the time. You go to California first.
Steps, right?
Yeah, and then you go, and then it's not like too like
it's not so bad, right? Yeah, you got that 3-hour difference, and now you just have to go like another hour. I think it's 4 hours different in the summer, right? I feel like sometimes
I think so.
More than that, but I think in the summer it's 4 hours. So yeah, it makes sense to me, Tina. I just have
that's the only reason,
my family, my husband, really. I don't ever have to convince my kids anything. They're always up for whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. Same, especially when you say the word Disney. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to Disney, and yes, they really enjoyed Disneyland and California. They thought California was very fun. So
yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna change here a little bit and sort of dive into what we have planned for next year.
I know, it's exciting because we didn't take August off.
Oh no, we didn't take it off. We were busy.
We were working on the podcast,
behind the scenes. Yes.
Not recording, but we spent a lot of time thinking about the year ahead and planning and strategizing and all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were doing all the things to come up with a fun and exciting year for our audience and share. So some things that we're working on, as I said before, we do have a new social media platform, and it is going to be YouTube. So we'll be posting up videos weekly on YouTube, but we will also be going live once a month. Both on Facebook and YouTube on our podcast for that recording that week. So we're very excited about that. So that is a fun thing that we are actually adding. And we are going to be launching a private Facebook group that really is just going to dive in and talk about all things travel and all things mom travel and family travel.
Moms and traveling. It's all about moms and traveling. We gotta help each other out because traveling with kids is, it's like a whole other ball game, people.
Absolutely. And we need all the tips. And we need all your tips.
We need all your tips. You need all our tips. Let's all just share this, to share the love. It takes a village, right? Exactly.
So, and we actually we're going to be having more guests on our podcast this year. So we're setting up some interviews and we're really excited for that and for the things that we have to come on that. And we have lots of fun topics, some new and exciting topics with a focus on education and tips and fun. And we're going to have some very fun contests coming up. So our podcast typically runs September to the first week of August, I think, is when we'll air. We could extend it or change it, but anyway, so we have so many fun things coming up. And then, of course, Colleen and I always have fun travel plans coming up. So, So we mentioned before that we have a trip coming up soon together.
So excited.
I know it's going to be fun, but I have to share, and please don't be jealous. I will actually be at Walt Disney World on the 50th anniversary in Magic Kingdom. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So
you're like going to Disney and then you're coming home and basically turning around and going to Disney again.
Yes, that is correct.
Did it occur to you to maybe just stay in Disney?
It did. It did occur. I thought about it, but I need to come home for a couple of days.
Do some laundry.
Yes,
see your husband for a minute.
It's because it's kind of like in a way two totally different trips, but at the same time it's Disney. It's it is Disney.
I definitely would have been trying to work that really though, to save myself a plane ticket back and forth again.
True. That's true.
I'll just stay. We're in Florida now.
But I do have to come home for a couple weeks, and then I am headed back to Walt Disney World. So I'm excited, back-to-back trips there, and to see all the things again for the 50th and the new shows. And I think it's going to be amazing and lots of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then, of course, we have other trips, that we have with our families. And one that I'm looking forward to the most next year is the Wish, the new Disney Wish. I can't wait.
We're on the same sailing, right? I think we ended up on the same sailing.
I was just going to say, we didn't know, and we both booked the same sailing.
That's exciting, crazy. Though, Tina.
It is exciting. So I think there has to be a magical traveling podcast.
We absolutely have to do a podcast. I don't know if we'll be able to do a live one, but I don't know. Wi-Fi on cruise ships, you never know.
Yeah, you don't know. I don't know. I was thinking Castaway Key, but
well, that's a great idea. Yeah. See, look at you. You've already thought this out, haven't you?
I've been thinking. I've been thinking. So
we are so excited. My kids, every time they release some new tidbit about the cruise ship, they go crazy because they're like releasing it in like little chunks. It's like, oh, we're going to tell you this little thing. They cannot stop talking about the Marvel superhero dinner experience.
Oh, yes.
And in the little clip teaser promo that they released, it shows a kid putting like a mini cupcake in a thing, and then they do something and it transforms into a big cupcake. And according to their website, this is like a real thing. It wasn't just part of the video. So they're like, literally, my 11-year-old cannot stop theorizing about how they do that. He's like, what? How are they? I'm like, we're gonna have to figure it out when we get there, I guess.
Yeah, it's magic.
He's gonna be disassembling the thing at our table. I'm positive.
Yeah, it's Disney magic. It's Disney magic.
That's what I told him. It's magic. And then they look at me like, is it though? I'm like, it is. Just go with it. It's magic.
Absolutely. So we have tons of exciting things coming up and in store for our audience, and we cannot wait to share all of the things with you. So you want to be sure to tune in. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. We truly appreciate your time and your support over the last year. And from all our hearts, we really appreciate that. So, but before we go, we want to remind you to like, subscribe, and follow us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and don't forget to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And now YouTube.
We're so excited. So thank you, everybody. And until next time, may all of your vacations be magical. Bye.